Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me, so let's get into it. Midoriya Izuku. Now Midoriya is an absolute sweetheart, so seeing you wearing a shirt, it will give him a heart attack in the best possible way. He loves oversized t-shirts, and though he was quite short, he had muscles. And he was not very thin. At least that's how things were. As he started to grow older and more into being a pro hero, and less into being the first year student that he was. And that's also precisely when he started enjoying this a little bit more. Being in a relationship was less new to him, and more fun, and less filled with embarrassment and awkwardness. But sometimes it really catches him off guard, and he's left there, staring at you, completely breathless. You look gorgeous, Hwan, he mumbled shyly, and you smile up at him. You mean it? I mean, it was just your shirt. I missed it. Well, more precisely, I missed you. You've been working too hard, Izu. Are you sure about that? I mean, I could take a break. For you. He says gently, and you smile, grinning up at him. Well, if you say so. And as a reward, I'll take you out on a date, and I'll be the one paying. And though he was going to say no, he knew he would refuse. So he just nodded, leaning down to pull you into a gentle kiss. It was all that you deserved, attention and love, and he would do his all to give it all and more for you. You deserve the best, and you should have the best. And though he may not be the best boyfriend in the world, at least not by his standard, though he certainly is by yours, he will try to be that more. He will try to give you everything you may need. Because for you, he'd pull down the stars and constellations if you only ask him to. Todoroki Shoto. Now, Todoroki was less of a mess, as the two of you were in your second year and started exploring things a little more often. However, being a little bit older, it meant that he went away on missions that would take a longer time, and he would go there alone. No supervision or anything. The two of you were close to finishing your second year, and you needed to do things on your own now, as per your teachers. So it meant that while you were not on a mission, sometimes you would be just there, alone and bored and terribly missing him. And what's a better way to cure that than by just getting one of his shirts and putting them on? You had girlfriend privilege. You were quite sure he wouldn't mind it. And you were right about it. Though he was a little bit weirded out by it. He didn't do that often, and when he did, you usually weren't caught doing it. So when he walked in and saw you sitting on the couch, his shirt a little bit too big on you, it was the cutest, most adorable sight he's ever seen. And though he was quite exhausted and tired, somehow you gave him hope and happiness and all the energy he needs to be happy. You were everything. And seeing you brought a smile to his tired and exhausted face. And he sat next to you, wrapping his arms around you tightly and burying his face into your hair. I missed you, Mayan. And I think you missed me as well, judging from what you're wearing. He chuckled softly at that, melting into his arms. I guess you're not wrong. Do you think it looks good on me? He nods, kissing your forehead. Anything looks perfect on you. But I gotta say, I'd like to see you wear my stuff more often. And since you was the one to ask for it, He would never say no to an offer like that, especially not when you love the stuff so much. Bakugou Katsuki. Now, Katsuki was very picky about his clothes, and he cared about them. He ironed them himself, washed them himself, and every piece and article of clothing, it held special meaning to him. Or not, maybe not, he would never know, but he acted like it did, because sometimes he would argue about whenever someone would damage a shirt even a little bit, and that's when he knew they mattered to him, and knew that he should probably not try to wear a shirt, at least not in front of him. So on one day, he came and found you wearing a shirt. He expected there to be an argument of some sort, but instead, he stared at you for a little bit, as if he was quite shocked, maybe surprised by this behavior. Then he smiled. Well, I didn't expect to see you like this. But you look quite dashing, Wyan, he said, sarcastically, and he pouted. Just say I look bad and be done with it. But before he knew it, he had his arms around you, holding you against him, and pressing a soft kiss into your cheek. What if I don't want to say you're bad? What are you gonna do about it? You found yourself melting into his arms, the fight immediately going out of you. You were truly weak for him, and you hated yourself for it, but it was the truth. You loved him more than anything, and you were desperate for this, for every touch he gave you, and for every bit of love. You found yourself melting into his arms as he kissed you once more, deepening it, and soon the fact that you were wearing your shirt was completely forgotten by you, and perhaps him. But little did you know, he does have a thing for you wearing the shirts. He just thinks it's cute, and is also very possessive over you, so it makes him feel better about himself. Because that way, if anybody sees you, they can easily tell that you're his, completely and utterly so, and they can't even think of having a chance with you, let alone hope. He loves you a little bit too much, and that means he's going to be very jealous. But that will be a problem for you later on. But we don't need to think about it now, because for now, you are simply just going to enjoy yourself with him.